looks like everything's good to go and set up, essentially. Okay. Happy Sunday, everyone, and happy Easter, essentially. Give me a second here. This stream is going to be on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Kick, and of course, Twitch. Was that 5 things? I don't know. I gotta test my memory at times, but I think I said 5 things this time. Had to pause in between. Ooh. So yeah, the Facebook is gonna hold the recap for 30 minutes, and then I am back. I am indeed back. So the Facebook is gonna hold this for 28 days or whatever the case may be, and YouTube will hold it indefinitely or whatever. So if some of you haven't seen some of my content, I'm slowly going back into the racing elements where I originated from. What I find most happy and enjoyable. We have 1 month until Horizon 6 comes out. I can't stress it enough whether the game is going to be hit or miss to me. As long as I can find narrow enough roads to have fun, that's what it counts for. I'm a Toge racer at heart. I love it. It's just something about it. You have me mute and listen to some Eurobeat that really just makes my heart go crazy. You're going to have one fast driver, and that's me. So, we're doing more Toge content. We're getting back to it. We're doing more green screen edits, of course. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a thing. I did want to make a quick announcement though. I was on VR chat here. We're talking about VR chat, bro. My bars must be so lethal. I had someone say that I was Chat GPT. He was like, he made them bars up from Chat GPT or whatever. This dude on freaking VR chat in the furry hideout, and I found that funny. And then that person proceeded to say, I actually signed real musicians. I actually work for. They named someone random. I don't know if it was Kanye West or whatever. Like millions of, and I'm like, continue on. And whenever they would say my stuff was Chat GPT, I would rebuttal and say their words word for word, and then roast them. And it was pretty hilarious. What's going on, Famicom? But yeah, back to the updates here. So, Initial D has always been my heart there because something about Toge racing to me is just what I'm passionate about. So for those of you who've been with me since the playpen, the original Forza Kaido Battle 1 and 3, aka Tokyo Extreme Racer Drift 1 and 2. You know what's weird about the Tokyo Extreme Racer Drift series? It's actually just Kaido Battle 1 and 3. They never came out with Kaido Battle 2 as a Tokyo Extreme Racer Drift. They skipped right over that one. And number 2 was called Chain Reaction. But, what do I know? And hello there, one. Thank you, dear, for sharing the live. And I hope you have a wonderful day as well, yo. So, essentially here, y'all, lots of lovely updates. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be live right now. It is attempting to storm. I don't know what type of weather we're looking at here over in the Virginia. That sounds lame. 2 up, 2 down. That's a V and an A. I don't know. I've came up with this just now in my head. Virginia. I don't know. I'll see if it sticks later when I listen back to it. It didn't sound cool enough in my brain. So Forza is next month. I finally did something. This stream is for an hour, by the way, unless the storm persists and I cut it short 30 minutes. I started the Battle Rap League on VR chat, at least a group. Still got to do a group photo. So we got about, will it show me how many people are in the group so far? 13 people so far in the group. And I've kind of been telling folks what to expect. I guess I'll go ahead. What's up, Lucky? Long time no see. I guess I'll go ahead and make this announcement of how it's going to be judged, essentially. So VR chat battle rap is going to work one of 2 ways. Now, probably going to need an avatar with a coin toss based on whoever's going to go first. That's simple, right? Now, we're going to have different styles we're going to be judging. Based on how I want to run this, if you're someone who's going to freestyle and rebuttal people the whole time, you get more points. However, if your stuff is not hitting and it's just not working, and then that person who came with some writtens to go against you is doing better, well, you're going to lose. You're going to catch that L. But it all really depends. And obviously rebuttals. If someone's reaching too far, with how they will come up with random stuff with words connecting the dots, whatever the case may be, um, then we'll probably obviously say that was a reach. We're gonna have to deny points on that one there. What is this random spam on Kick? I'm gonna have to set what's their face up um as a moderator on Kick. Apparently, Diane Foxington. Oh, you got the new Fox waifu name. I see you. What's going on, Devin? Welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, yeah. So continuing forward, y'all. I am still shadow banned on Facebook, as are a lot of people who you probably follow on there if you go to Facebook a lot. The recommendations thing's been yeeted by AI. Whether it returns to me or not doesn't matter. When I say doesn't matter, it's up to Facebook to fix the actual problem. So if my recommendations come back, who's to say it's not going to get yeeted again? Their support system, tickets, and all that, non-existent. It's complete and utter garbage. There's not much I can do about it. Can't can't cry over spilled milk. So essentially, it sucks. But the numbers, what's shadow banned? Shadow ban is a whole lot of terminology, but Facebook at least puts it out in the open. So essentially, I'm not getting new audience here on Facebook. I went from 600 followers to 14,000 followers on Facebook since April of last year. My recommendations got turned off February 19th, which is when I stopped posting a whole lot of content on there. Because what's the point of me posting something that's probably going to get 100 to 200 views versus I made one post that got within 5 days 100,000 views. I'm very consistent with my stuff, but I'm not going to sit here and put a crazy amount of effort if it's just going to get yeeted. Now, when it did this, and you can do your Google search or whatever, or unless you use Yahoo or whatever else you're searching on, you can do your search and type in Facebook recommendations turn off. You're going to see Reddit posts. You're going to see people talking about it on YouTube. You're going to see a lot of things. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to let it stress me. Of course, I was making hello, dear. Of course, I was making money on there. However, things happen. It is what it is. I'm just going to switch up some of the content. I'm still going to be dishing out the same usual stuff, but I'm going to be working on some bigger projects. So essentially, I'm going to be doing a different style of editing that I want. It usually takes me a little bit more time to put that stuff out on YouTube. So that's what y'all can expect, and that's why I haven't been dropping as much stuff there, because it's like, well, if the income flow got yeeted and I'm still waiting patiently for whatever to happen, what can you do, right? Which brings me to say this. So besides the VR chat battle rap, which we got 13 people in the group so far, I'm also going to start, yes, I've said it a million times, the dating scene of VR chat. Correct. I'm your host, Mr. Yash. I play the middleman. I play the person who will speak to whoever it is you want to talk to for you. However, once you're talking to them and you get that date, I am not a mediator. Okay, I was about to say psychiatrist. I am not a mediator. Okay, that's up to you from there. It's a show. I'm gonna help some people out or whatever. We're gonna interview you. We're gonna find out what you're into. You're monogamous. You're polyamorous. Whatever the case may be. What you're looking for. What you gonna accept. What's a deal breaker. The whole 9 yards, right? And then from that point, we're gonna go for a search. Whatever worlds. Find people, let them know, do the Crip Walk right now. That's crazy, Av. Yo, what's up, Lego man? So essentially, give me a second to hydrate, y'all. That's one thing that I suck at. Hold on. I gotta start reminding myself to hydrate, drink more water. So essentially, Cold is gonna be the first episode. I have no idea, if I'm perfectly honest, if we're gonna find them someone. For those of you who know Cold, you know. And Cold, if you're rewatching this, you make my life difficult. Yeah. So a lot of things to come. We're already 9 minutes in. Does not feel like I feel like I was only on here for like 2 minutes, bro. Hold on, let me see. Let me listen into this storm. Doesn't sound crazy. Looks like we're still good. Had to make sure nothing was going on crazy because I like to protect my equipment. Exactly, Famicom. Good luck with that. Exactly, yo. You gotta essentially lock in. So, why am I losing frames? I'm in the car world. VR chat having some issues. Oh yeah, there's an update on the car world, y'all. So as some of you may or may not know, I'm slowly trying to stop calling Trixie Deluxe because I'm used to calling them Deluxe since their name has changed all over. It's a very difficult thing on me. But Trixie has a new vehicle. So here's my Subaru, Trixie's SRT4, my Mazda Speed 3, and look at that. That's a BMW. That is a proper German engineering. And it's actually here in this world. Not the exact one, but wait, who followed? Thank you, Mechanic, for the follow. So this right here is precision stuff here. Okay. So this is a BMW, all right? And I feel like the lighting, ooh, that thing. You know what? Maybe it's this BMW that's dropping me frames. It's very detailed, actually. Look underneath. And never mind, doesn't need that's just a flat image. Like a Matchbox car. So, oh my goodness. I'm gonna tell Trixie to just no. What in the world? Jacob, what is this? That's probably what's losing frames. So, as a joke, Trixie literally got rid of the Mazda 3 in here and turned it into a Ford Focus. It wasn't a Speed 3 in the world. It was just a regular Mazda 3. And yes, Ron, that is a nice BMW. But Trixie's like, look, your Mazda Speed's in here, Yash. I'm like, yeah, sure it is. What is the? I just, you gotta love your friends sometimes. But friends like this, who needs enemies? Who literally needs enemies, though? Okay, back to it. So, let's see here. Aaron the Dragon, thank you for the heart me. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So essentially, y'all, for those of you who have seen, I posted some older clips and some newer things. I've been playing a little bit of, I am really losing frames. Initial Unity Reborn. Blah, English. I'm a fanboy of the Evo 4. Plan on owning one day. That and an R32 GTR and a Gen 2 Viper blue with white stripes. 3 bucket list cars. But essentially, I'm posting up some old stuff and some newer things so some of y'all can get a taste for my speed. Yes. When I say speed, it's when I'm going fast. You know, like what Sonic say, you gotta go fast. So for me, speed to me is not in a straight line, but it's how you take the corners. Not just time attacking. I was never a huge time attacker, nowhere near the greatest. But I am a very good battler. If it's me against someone, and let's say that we have similar vehicles, I played some Initial D Arcade Stage 6, just the arcade a couple weeks ago. Nice. Did you have fun? Time attacking, story mode, or were you racing against people? And bend me over the corner is crazy, Maggie. I don't put it past you, dear. So essentially, I love an even battle. When it's me against someone and we're even, at that point, it becomes a dogfight. Whose endurance is better? Whose mindset is stronger? Because racing, especially Toge in my heart, is like playing a fighting game. It's all about what move are you going to do. You make one single mistake and both of you are even. That's the battle. Whose tires are going to wear first? Who's braking the most? Who is just like going crazy? No pun intended. Racing against people. Nice. I hope you had fun. What's going on, Zay? Hello. So yeah, y'all. Honestly, I think that was all the updates. I do want to say happy Easter to everyone. Resurrection Day. Let's go. Yo, Stars, thank you for the follow, yo. Again, I hope everyone's having an excellent Sunday here. If the weather persists, I am going to be recording some today. A few of my sound clips that I got were too low, so they're not picking up on VR, so I'm not about to take the headset off and do all that. I'm kind of on a time management. I'm not saying crunch, but management. So I'm on here, going to be on here for a few hours, record some things, hop off, take time to myself. There's a Korean show I'm about to start watching. It's called Bloodhound or Blood. It's something, yo. It's like this boxing, this one dude who boxes and stuff looks pretty good, and I'm doing pretty good. Zeke, how are you doing? What's up, Star? I'm doing good. How are you? Um, but it looks pretty good. Can't wait for the next season of Baki, or I shouldn't say season. They're turning that whole Musashi thing into like um a movie. I find it interesting when some of these animes turn things into movies. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, we got. Why did you send it as nom 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 Skinix? I'm glad you're doing good, Zeke. That's fantastic, yo. I just released a new Abby last night, and it took me forever to make. Oh, you did? Nice. What all did you do to it? What did you release? It is a good show. Oh, so you know what show I'm talking about, Zeke? Or are you talking about Baki? Or are you talking about the blood thing? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm lost. Let me go to my Netflix account real quick. As I age, oh my goodness, as I age, y'all, my memory is getting worse. So I have come down to the conclusion of It's called Bloodhounds. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm gonna watch. So yeah, I'm gonna lock in and watch me some Bloodhounds. The Korean show. I got you. I got you. Yeah, so I'm gonna lock in. Um, watch some of the Bloodhounds. Oh, let me drink some more water. Okay, here we go. Who follow? Oh yeah, I got two follows. Didn't I? Okay, yep, I said stars. So this is Destroya the Goat. That's quite the name. Every Galaxy Yash will keep streaming for 15 additional minutes, completely stackable. Excuse me? They just made the new season. Oh, so that's season 2 that's on there? Okay. And hello. Wait, who followed? Lazarus the Creed the Seed. I'm butchering your name. Lazarus the Cetus. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, yeah. Well, welcome, Lazo. I don't know.
It's like you can't even keep up with chat today.
I can't. I'm not consistent with streaming either anymore. I don't know if you were here earlier, but some random 2 days ago when I was spitting some bars and stuff, they claimed they're a rap producer and all this stuff. They're in another country. It was terrible. So there's one thing that I can't stress enough, and I try to show love to a brother or sister, but this one just straight up was just hating on me just because of my existence. Like when I tell you, bro was just like, "Yo, you freaking Chat GPT with all those rhymes." I'm like, "Chat GPT?" Like he was saying I wrote stuff down, and I was like, "I didn't write anything down. This is all a freestyle, bro." It's called "I Watch Battle Rap," and you know what he said.
Let me just write down pages of literature before
I know
stream real quick.
exactly, and then you know what he also said. He had sat there and said, let me think here. He was calling battle rap something. He was just making fun of saying, "Oh, the hood did blah blah." He was basically saying some nonsense, and I'm just like, "So what? I'm supposed to just listen to mainstream hip hop, and a lot of it's mono rap and garbage anyway." No offense, there are some good, decent artists out there, but a lot of stuff is just trash. Like I remember something Lil Wayne said long ago. He called his audience stupid for listening to some of his stuff, and I'm just like, "That's crazy." Now the word "stupid" I'm just using lightly because it was a different type of verbiage he used, but I was like, "That's a shame." I don't listen to most mainstream stuff, but it is what it is, bro. When I say I don't listen to it, I like listening to like '90s, early 2000s R&B, smooth jazz. You know, smooth jazz. English. Let me look who followed. What the hell? We got someone named Jeffrey Epstein and gave me. If that's crazy. Hi, what are your thoughts on and about AI? Squirrel. So here's my thoughts. Facebook AI has just cooked my Facebook page. So what else do I need to say? Now, the only AI that I be using, I make sure I use my brain first. I use AI as a tool, as we all should. Don't rely on it to just give you every single answer. Otherwise, your brain's going to go blurp, and you might not live to be 50. I'm 36. Let's see how long we live for, right? If all the other stuff don't get you in life, then the AI will. So, I was about to say, I am legend Will Smith. That's crazy. I be coming up with the weirdest rhymes. But no, AI, I use Sumo. Yeah, Sumo. I write a bunch of lyrics in Word or whatever, and then I go and create some music that I pay for and all that stuff, and just make some things. And it's interesting because I can't sing to save my life. I freestyle and rap and everything. I'm very poetic. Um, I do not know how I feel about that at all. Hey Dappy, I'm gonna have to remember to make you a mod on Kick. Like those bots were getting vicious. They're posting in some Nejna.com, bro. Like the ancient freaking where is Neza from? Was he Japanese or Chinese deity? I can't even remember. Neja. I can't even say it or spell it right. Catch me up here, line, bro. But yo, what's up, Infinite? Maggie, thank you for the. Was that a donut? What was that? It's a donut. Now I want a donut. And a creeper, I think. Yep, and a creeper. But yo, I did gain quite a few people when I was in the furry hideout a few days ago. But that one individual, if they ever manage to see this recap, why? Why the black on black hate? I can't remember what hood rat nonsense that you called me, bro. But that was the most disrespectful thing you can even say to your own people. It's wild. So he said, "Oh yeah, so you must be the whatever type because you get loud and everything." And I'm like, I'm not mad. I'm just stating the obvious that you over here just hating on your own people. It's like it sounds like a bunch of crap in some pots. So you flew out to another country and you think you better than everyone. It's a situation like that. And I gotta call that out. Like that's something that you don't do. I don't care how successful or wherever I get in the world. If I'm high up on something, I'm never going to belittle someone, yo. I only talk trash to people who deserve that type of energy. Or I just ignore them and be like, "No, I'm good." But the energy when you think you better than someone, that's entirely uncalled for. Like you can get humbled real quick. So I'm just putting that out there. Thank you for the boop. And I've been all right, Dappy. How have you been, yo? Oh, I said Tyria? I don't know if I'm saying that right. And Squirrel, you also gave me a boop. I see you. Not much is up. I made chicken patties. Nice. That sounds good. Are you going to share your chicken patties with the chat? Yo. Yeah, are you going to share the chicken chatty? Bruh. I'm making up word. The chicken chatties with the chat? Are you going to share the chicken chatties with the patties? What? Yo. This just crazy. So again, this is just an hour stream. We're 22 minutes in. This full video is going to be on Facebook for like 30 days, and then it's also going to be on Diane. Thank you for the follow. It's also going to be on YouTube indefinitely. I was going to play some music during the stream, but I realized I feel like claiming my monetization on YouTube for once. So I'm just gonna not stream the music that is playing in my head. It's actually Eurobeat. I'm thinking of epic toge battles in an Evo 4. Just bullying everyone. Just giving them the look. Oh. Yep. Ah, yes, but Skinix is in the world with me today. I remember that one time when I was streaming and Skinix changed to an avatar that went NSFW somehow. We don't know. It was probably a glitch, or I just wanted to get.
I think when I spawned in, I immediately was in the floor.
You were in the floor. You were in the floor. Like, we're not taking chances. We're not taking no chances. That'd be my like, hi, Zed. Yeah, we're not taking any. Happy Easter again, everyone. I'm in my bed chilling and brainstorming some car builds. But so far, I'm getting for my job tomorrow. It would be my first day. Happy Easter to you too, Squirrel. So speaking of stuff for car builds, let's talk about my Subaru. I don't know how much life she has left in there. There's always something just breaking, and I'm actually starting to write everything down that I need to do. Essentially, it comes down to I need to save and do a whole rebuild, or I can just buy a crate motor. For those of you who don't know what a crate motor is, I mean, basically it's a motor that's already put together. You swap it out, change up the ECU, whatever the case may be. So it's like I don't know what this hose is called. But I have a leak, I believe, in the camshaft. I haven't looked, but there's oil leaking through the timing cover, and it goes onto one of my metal pipes that causes smoke. It hasn't been happening recently, but I noticed that. There's a bit of a knock that starts up every once in the blue moon. Now, it doesn't last the whole time. It's mostly on, it could be warm or cold start. And it makes me think it's rod knock, but then it just goes right away. So I'm thinking that could be the timing pulley. I don't, or whatever the pulley, whatever it's called, bro. So I'm writing that down. Then, God, yeah. This car is a headache. I mean, it's not good, but she still runs. I'm not losing any boost. I was thinking of a Maserati Super Muscle build. Nice. Ask the other person in VR chat on what they think about AI. When was the last time you got it checked? The last time I got it checked is when I could afford shop money. My transmission gave out because the center diff started doing the Wheel of Fortune. And then I bought a transmission online on eBay, put it in the back of my trunk. It was like 120, 140 pounds. Took it to my friend's house. We changed that sucker out. Took all day because it rained. We jacked the car up on all four, took it out of the front right wheel well, and got her done. Easiest part was getting the old transmission out. Hardest part was putting the new one in because lining everything up was a itch, literally. A lot of cursing was done that day. Do you know what a catamaran is? I really don't. Yeah, the Subi is surviving. The Mazda is doing well too. I don't drive it all the time. The Mazda has an electrical issue where it drains the battery. And you can understand why that's frustrating to me. So I always leave it disconnected. When I start her up, she runs, she drives just fine, like a dream. There's some other little small details and stuff, but it's like the Mazda is supposed to be my project car, but I'm dailying a WRX that's 180 some thousand miles. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. I couldn't really see the name there. Did you follow me on Twitch, Skinix? Was that you? The name was. It's so hard to like read what it is. I can't even read what that says. I can't read it. It says blurb. But both my cars run. I'm just gonna start writing down things that I need to do, and honestly, I think the Subi needs a rebuild. The DAM, if you know what that is, the dynamic amp, whatever it's called, that stays at 1, which it should. On wide open throttle, my feedback knock sometimes goes off, sometimes doesn't. But then the fine knock, which fine knock means it discovered knock that was occurring in the feedback, which feedback is direct knock that happens right then and there, or it's ghost knock. This is for those of you who are car people. So it's pulling timing, right, to correct itself from the knock that it picked up for whatever. Yes, that's car talk for y'all there. Now some say, how do you live with driving a WRX? It's simple. You just hop in, you start it up, and pray that it doesn't start knocking upon startup. That's all you do. It's all you do. You hope the car runs. And she purrs like a kitten. I'm gonna do more videos. Hopefully we get this pollen washed away because it is raining. So that pollen is the most worst thing ever. Have you thought of adding a crankshaft scraper? What is that? I have not heard of that before. What is a crankshaft little crankshaft scraper? Let's see here. And I can't think of why it would be leaking. Oil would be leaking from the camshaft. Speaking of that, I don't know all the tubes, hoses. Speaking of hoses, I also have to change some of my intake hoses or whatever. I do. Let me think here. I did the soap and water thing, so I do have a few little leaks. Again, 180 some thousand miles on her. Shit, it's gonna be soon. Once it hits 200K to freaking get that timing done again, bro. So it's appreciate the file. Anne May Weg and Corey. Anne May Weg. Is that a play on word? Like I'm trying to say it fast. Anne May Weg. Is that just like saying anime? And me way? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm trying to make it sound like anime, but I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. Hello. What's going on, Goddess? How are you doing? Welcome in, yo. So yeah, yo. Those are the updates, y'all. That all I can think of. There really wasn't too much. I'm doing pretty good. Happy Easter to you. So hopefully people have enough attention span to last through at least 30 minutes of a recap on YouTube. Wait, there's one more update. It's not really much of an update, but I guess the style. So those POV videos I've been doing with Ak, my friend there, Yaku. Well, his slime tracker, I guess the cord broke on the foot one. I had no idea those things had little small wires. That sucks. So he's in contact with slime. But we're gonna be doing actual videos versus the POV. I'm still gonna make POV things from time to time randomly, but they're not gonna be the fronties where him getting dragged off from a gigantic thick mommy freaking avatar. Nah, bro. That's still gonna happen, but it's not gonna be POV. We're gonna make it more comical. Dang, not me missing the updates. No, you're good, Goddess. You're good. That recap can be seen on the YouTube. You're good. 30 minutes. Yep, there are 30 minutes left. Hold on, let me. Thank you, Goddess, for the heart me. Appreciate the love. Yo. In terms of the Battle Rap League, I am excited. I do want to keep things balanced. So whoever I'm gonna have battle first on stage, I want to make sure it's opponents who are even with each other. I don't want to have like a completely biased where one person is trash and then the other person is top tier. You got an S rank going against a D rank and they just get demolished. I don't want to have that type of one-sided thing. Hello, Sakai. Thank you for sharing the live, Goddess. I hope your day is going well so far. Excuse me, got that. I didn't even have to say it. So when I hiccup, I actually say the word hiccup. I have no idea. It's an interesting thing. So, fun fact about me: when I hiccup, I say the word hiccup. I don't know. Gotta lock in. You have to lock in and trust the process, as they say. I'm gonna try to do more streams when I am free and not working a whole lot. I was honestly planning on doing a lot once I built that Facebook page up, but since working on it for a year just for the AI thing to ruin the recommendations really upset me for a whole month. Now I'm kind of chilling. I'm like, all right, it's whatever. We'll continue business as usual and take another route. You always got to have different plans. And I just essentially had to go another direction, and it's okay. I mean, at least people will know it's a hiccup and not you choking. Hey, yo. This is true. Wait a minute. So you're saying when you hiccup, it's like you're choking? Skinix, why are you commenting on all platforms? Skinix here, my son, will be in the battle rap scene. Actually, Skinix, you're going to be writing, right?
Oh Lord.
Are you going to be writing stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, well it's up to you. I don't know who I'm going to have go first though when it comes to the actual
The only
thing.
legitimate writing I had actually done was that one track that I made for somebody, but I didn't post it.
Okay. Zeke, what is with the baps? Y'all bapped on Twitch and on Kick. It's crazy. Hey, what's up, Lale? If I'm saying that right. Welcome. Whew. Let's see here. So it's definitely going to be interesting.
Aww. They took away my
I once heard someone hiccup and it sounded like they couldn't breathe. Oh no, not the breathing. No, they about to go. Took away what?
My ability to like the live.
What? Well, that's just weird. They said you shall not like this live.
Oh, I was trying to match Maggie's mount. I got so close, and then it was just like, nah, you're done.
Oh, I don't know why I did that.
I was sitting here pressing the L button on my keyboard because I was like, that's how you like on desktop. And suddenly it just was like, nah, we're done.
Oh, I like that, Dappy. A crankshaft scraper, a technology from Formula One or Le Mans competitions. Basically, it cleans up any unnecessary oil that can slow the crank. In addition, it can add a few extra horsepower without ECU modifications. That sounds useful. Not bad. That sounds like a very consistent dyno day, if you ask me. When I say dyno day, seeing those numbers just be consistent. Then again, I mean, with WRC style vehicles, the main thing that I personally would go with is an anti-lag system. You want to keep that boost flowing. And then figuring out your understeer problems. All-wheel drive, we're always going to have understeer issues. So it's getting the right balance. For me in racing games, I'm always trying to tune the all-wheel drive car so that it slides a little bit, but at the same time, it still like grips really good in the front. So like tuning Evos and Subarus has always been simple for me in the majority of racing games. Skylines, so. I say it's still a fine line in between the Atessa all-wheel drive system, and then with the Evos, you have the active Yasha control or the active yaw control. It's been a play on joke since on Forza, where my friends would say it's active Yasha control, and I'm like, yeah, active Yasha control. Yeah. So that'll be fun. So I watched this one guy's video for Forza Horizon 6, and he showed proof that Mount Akina from Initial D is going to be there. Whether this road is going to be narrow or broad, it's on Playground Games. I really hope they make it narrow enough. I am going to be real with y'all. I suck at Akina. It doesn't matter what game. I started off with Initial D Arcade Stage 3 for doing Akina. I just can't go fast there. I love Akagi. My favorite course for any Initial D game is Hapogahara. I love just extreme turns, or Shomaru. But Mount Akina, something about it I'm just not that great at. So it'll be interesting seeing it in Forza. I think from one screenshot that someone pointed out that Iroh Hakaza is going to be there with all those jumps. I have no idea. That'd be crazy. But yeah, I do hope everyone's having an outstanding East. How is it already 36 minutes? Sorry, that was just me staring at the time. Let me hydrate real quick. Okay. So, my mind just went blank. I was just thinking about stuff there. Trying to get my mind in more control with the ADHD. You were trying to match her likes.
Now I gotta spam it again.
Oh, she's increasing the likes.
Yeah, I scrolled up.
Who is
back to your live?
Zeke is in second. Who's in first? I can't read their name really. It's like it's blending in with this world, Joe. Whoever's in first is like gunning for everything. They're just going in essentially. Also, if your engine is open deck, you can add pins to make it last longer and short a handmade semi-open deck engine. Interesting. Honestly, on a rebuild for my motor, I'm probably gonna do a long block. Actually, I'm gonna do more research. I have a dream build for my Subaru, so I want 450 to 500 wheel horsepower. I don't want anything crazy, so I'd take a block that can handle 800. Because in my mind, I'm like, if it can handle 800, then 450, 500 pushing means nothing. So obviously, forged internals is one of the things. Now I know with forged, you got to let your vehicle really warm up, otherwise you're going to be damaged and stuff. So it's like, compared to how I'm doing things now, it's going to be even worse than being a daily driver. Probably going to have to do all this. Clutch-wise, transmission. I know. We're going to swap out the whole drivetrain. I know. I'm asking for a lot. I want to do a 6-speed transmission swap. Maybe an STI transmission. Mine is 5 speeds to hatchback WRX. I know there's a lot you got to do, essentially. But 450 to 500 to me is more than enough power to enjoy, especially if I go to the world-renowned Tail of the Dragon. Now, I know Tail of the Dragon is very dangerous because there's people who like to cross the yellow mustard. I've seen plenty of things, plenty of accidents, and it's terrifying, but that's where I want to take my Subaru. Tail of the Dragon. There's an RX-7 that's apparently, legends say, the fastest there. Go figure, because on Gunsai Toge, what is it called again? Best motoring. I can never remember what it is, but on Gunsai Toge, the two fastest cars, which are called the Title of Demon, it's an S2000 and an RX-7. Jay's racing S2000 and then Feed's RX-7 FD. So I'm like, doesn't surprise me that an RX-7 is literally like the smoking fastest thing on Tail of the Dragon. So it interests me. I want to change up the history here. So top tier cars for Toge have always been rear-wheel drive. In JGTC Racing, those cars were like an all-wheel drive Skyline was swapped to be rear-wheel drive. The Supra and JG, I learned this like maybe 20 years ago, but uh, that Castrol GTX Supra is actually a V8. It's not a 2JZ. These are things I didn't know, or I think it's a V8. It's not a 2JZ. I know that much, but I think it's a V8. Thank you for the follow, Jaden. But there's a lot of things that I've learned because coming from older games and stuff, I just know to drive the cars, and then figure out how to go essentially faster. So to me, I still can't make any sense other than tire wear why an all-wheel drive car would ever lose to a rear-wheel drive front wheel or mid-engine car in a tailgate race. Okay, so if it's a 4-minute run or whatever, I get it, tire wear and brakes, but let's just say both cars have a set of brakes and tires. If you set that all-wheel drive car up properly, there's no way you should lose, depending on the vehicle. But like, let's say an Evo 3 or an Evo 4, whatever, insanely light. Let's fix typical issues with those vehicles. The understeer. If you make those things handle like a freaking go-kart and it's all-wheel drive, come on, how you gonna take an L? It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm curious what the Colin McRae, the world-renowned rally driver, rest in peace, that helicopter accident. I'm curious about that blue Subaru with the yellow vinyl, how it would do in a tailgate race. How would that GC8 Subaru perform? It's just things that cross my mind. And I really think about this, and I'm just like, well, those cars are built for rally, but I can't honestly see them realistically losing to the vehicles that they've lost to. Now, the RX-7 is fast, don't get me wrong, and the S2000 can also be monstrously quick, or an 8.6 of that if we go the initial E route. But if you modify an all-wheel drive car to take out the main issue that it has, which is understeer, how is it going to take an L? Think about that for a minute. If it's just built for that specific run, it's built for that track, it already has acceleration. Exit acceleration, plus you fix the understeer, now you're accelerating through the corner. That's cheap. Essentially cheating. But that's just my bias towards all-wheel drive, and I'm sticking to my theory. So one day you're going to see me at Tell the Dragon hunting down whatever that time is that this RX-7, whatever it is that has them as a legend, and I'm coming for that position. I'm either it's going to be an R32 GTR I'm going to do it in, or an Evo 4, or my current WRX that I've modified like crazy. We're taking out that RX-7, yo. Or at least a time or something. I don't know. I have goals, racing goals and dreams that I want to do. Hey, Rex, happy Easter, yo. Oh yeah, the updates are over, y'all. This is just me ranting about stuff that I have dreams about. So let's talk about Ford versus Ferrari here. Let's talk about Ken. Now I know bro has been racing a long time, but the peak was obviously the whole Ford versus Ferrari thing. But he was up in his 40s, so I'm like, all right, if I could just start racing and doing stuff before I reach 45, I feel like I'll feel accomplished. So we're gonna start things on some simulations. My European mind was 500 horsepower is overkill, but I remember in America that's like middle ground between mid and high tier. My build, it's 260 horsepower, and other have 350, 500 can and will the European streets. So yeah, 500 can be a lot, but also for that 500, Dappy, I stand a little bit of track. Oh my goodness. I stand a chance on the track as well. So in my state, we have Virginia International Raceway, and from what I've seen, people are really powerhoused over there. So as of recent, I was watching some of the Formula D. I'm not really into Formula D because 800 plus horsepower, V8 swaps, the whole 9 yards. I think freaking Ken Gushi, freaking the old school Japanese drift legend there, he literally has like a 2JZ FRS or whatever. So everyone else is like V8 this, V8 that. And I'm like, bruh. So the whole Formula D thing to me, drifting on the outside versus how I grew up knowing about D1 GP. It's cool drifting did make it to America, but Formula D, as I was watching, it kind of bores me. It's like, okay, so let's just create a whole bunch of parts. Let's make a build that's going to stick to the outside with the most angle. Like, I don't know. I was thinking to myself, do I want to get into Formula D? Do I want to? I love drifting. That's another thing I want to tell you. But do I care enough for Formula D? That's something I have to think about. I watched Can and Will Rule the Streets. Yep. So it's like we as Americans, we love our power. Why do you think most of black youth go for freaking Chargers, Camaros, Challengers? Easy freaking power, right? Um, I say black youth because that's a lot of what my peoples be grabbing. Someone like I can't remember where it was, bro, but someone's like, "You probably drive a Charger," and I'm like, "I don't. I don't drive a Charger. I never was a musclehead, never will be. There are some muscle cars that I respect: the Charger Daytona, the old school one with the giant wing, the Plymouth Superbird. There's just a lot of things that are old school muscle that I like, but most of this modern stuff, I need something that can handle. I like something that can go fast in the straight, but can also turn with rails. Now, I'm hyped about the Dodge Barracuda. Well, they're making a new wait, Dodge Barracuda. Wasn't it Plymouth? What is Dodge making? What? Dodge Barracuda. Let me think here. Dodge is Chrysler. Was Plymouth Chrysler as well? Does anyone remember? Sometimes I forget. You forget the little things. Dodge Barracuda. That name does not sound right. I'm about to go to Google. Hold on. Now you got me curious. Let's type in Dodge Barracuda. All right. Dodge. Okay. Dodge Barracuda. All right. Let's take a look here. I mean, I see the Plymouth Barracuda when I type in Dodge Barracuda, I see Plymouth Barracuda. Hemi Barracuda special order. What is going on? They teased about a potential new Barracuda. That worries me because look at the Dodge Dart. that was terrible. Mm. Look at the Dodge Dart about that. Mm-mm-mm. So, in terms of racing with my Subaru, once I can finally start building things for it, I'm going to start off with doing autocross. That really helps understeer and it helps your eyes too. Because if you're looking for a cone, whether there's cones for you to follow or you have the chalk that you follow, you got to walk the track. But remembering where everything is really going to help my eye vision. I think that's good training. And then I don't care about the classification because you modify your car a certain amount, it's going to put you in this rank, that rank. It's not about that for me. It's about if my car is feeling smooth enough. Because the end goal is I'm going to head to Tail the Dragon and put in some work. That's the goal there. Now, in terms of drifting, I don't know what to do about drifting because you need like $250,000 dumped into your car, and you have to go through all these trials and tribulations, and it's like I'm not really a high horsepower type of drifter, bro. I'm more of a D1 GP type of drifter. I like that. So all this high horsepower drifting stuff in these V8 cars is just a little bit overkill to me. I get it. We're American. We like a lot of power. But the way they judge in Formula D versus D1 GP to me just seems weird. I don't know. That one dude apparently runs things. What's his name? James Dean or something? I don't know if I'm saying his name wrong. Sorry for disrespect. When I say disrespect, I'm not trying to butcher someone who's actually doing it. So one statement that he did say, I think you need sway bars to make a smooth corner. Yes, sway bars. Yes. So that be, adjusting your suspension, the sway bars. Definitely don't want to have all that body roll, the dampening. Whether it's I would say medium medium springs. Not a stiff spring, but a medium one for an all-wheel drive vehicle. You don't want it too stiff because if for whatever reason something your back end or whatever kicks out the way you don't want it to, you want to be able to recover. So I would say a medium setup spring would definitely help, especially for Toge. You don't want to have a too stiff as a spring. Um, just something that can go on rails, but also in case something crazy happens and the vehicle yeets itself, you're still in control. Because I don't want to spoil MF Ghost, but let's just say a legendary character, which just happens in everyday time. You can be the most best driver in your life, but if something breaks and you're not aware of it breaking, and it's for that split second, that can be your life, even with a roll cage, essentially. So, kind of like thinking of worst case scenarios, especially when you're like flying 100 plus miles per hour, or if you're going 60 or 80, taking some turns, and there's like a cliff right out. If something breaks, you want to at least have that peace of mind that if I do this, I can correct the car from this, and then essentially save my life. Machines can be replaced. You cannot. But there are some drivers who don't worry about that all until it happens. And by then, you never know. Don't forget about adding ABS. No, you don't need ABS. You just need to trust yourself. Yeah, I was listening to this one Toge vehicle and why can I never hot version? There we go. I keep calling it best mode, but yeah, hot version. Well, I mean, the best motoring version is like the English overdub if you don't want to read Japanese subtitles. So in hot version, there's the Toge vehicle that the brakes squeal so loud you'd swear you're playing the new Tokyo Extreme Racer. So that brake squealing sound you hear in Tokyo Extreme Racer is real, but you need to it's certain pads and calipers and rotors combination plate, 2-piece and a biscuit. I don't know how else to really explain that, but yeah, I think y'all get that drift. That's really it. That's really it. Now, this new Forza, I have my concerns. Besides the roads being my concern, I want to know what type of builds are going to work because Forza has a lot of meta nonsense you can do, especially in Horizon with the physics. So it's going to be interesting. I just want to have fun and have some battles, but at the end of the day, I'm hoping there's not going to be some crazy glitches, some nonsense that just makes one thing destroy all of it. Which usually in Forza, from what I've seen, there's always that ridiculousness every time. The reason I'm not on CarX Street anymore, honestly, do you know how frustrating it is to have to rebuild your cars several times? Let's pretend I did 10 Toge cars and they keep changing the physics of the game and how the mechanics work. Do you think I'm going to sit there and rebuild every single car over and over and over again? I stopped doing it. I have a friend, a whole group actually, where they want to see me return. They're willing to build some cars for me and everything. I had some builds that were literally top 10. When I would do a run, I'm top 10 instantly, maybe top 5 sometimes. Never been number 1 on any of the runs, but I've always placed. Now I'm lucky if I can even get into that field. I hop on every once in a while and I'm just like, this is stupid. So it kind of annoys me. I get game updates. Cute Floof, what's up, Yoshi? Appreciate you. I get that you want to update and balance a game, but don't change your mechanics like 5+ times. You're gonna kill someone who literally is playing this, dedicating to figure out the craft, and you just keep changing, bro. I'm not going to adapt that way. Real life doesn't work that way. Okay, real life works in the sense of let's pretend I didn't drive that car for 5 years. I got to check my fluids, make sure there's no rust. You're checking everything out, but the streets are the same, unless there was some earthquake and there's different potholes or whatever it is you're driving in, right? Or the track you're going to, that's not going to change, right? So why is CarX Street 5 times? Hydrate. You're right. With all honesty, never have I ever seen a furry YN avatar. YN. I'm far from a YN, bro. I just have locks. It wasn't YNs who first had the locks, G. But no, so essentially, it's a worrisome thing on Forza. I don't know how Horizon 6 is gonna work. I want to do some Toge battles. I'm excited, but I'm also nervous because I want to have clean fun racing. When I say clean, no cheating BS. I want it to be my skill versus someone else, not some ridiculous nonsense. So I am a monstrous driver. I still got some skills. There is 5 minutes left. Damn, the hour went by quick as hell, Zeke. I don't even feel like I've been yapping at y'all for an hour. Hey, look at this. Skanks done fell asleep. Yeah, Skanix is asleep, yo. Turbo Burnout, thank you for the follow. You want more? Hey, yo. Well, look. No more for now. I gotta go and do some filming, actually. Gotta go do some filming, yo. But yeah, y'all. So essentially, next month is gonna be interesting. We also got more of the furry news coming out. If y'all seen that full video on YouTube and on here. So we're gonna be dropping real life news, furry news, VR chat news. I'm thinking I'm gonna add gaming news in there too, because we're all gamers, right? We need some gaming news. Snake sleeping, cold plunging. Yo, Daffy, it's wild. So essentially, we're gonna be doing more news. I think I'm gonna throw gaming news in there. I'll talk to the rest of the gang about that. There's nothing else I can really think about that hasn't been discussed. I did well. I'm gonna have some fish and mashed potatoes tonight for dinner. Fish and potatoes. That sounds good. So, GTA 6. I think we're getting a new trailer, right? I guess I'm looking forward to seeing that. It'll be interesting. I wanted to go to FiveM servers. A lot of people were telling the FiveM roleplay servers. Let me correct that, because there's different places in FiveM, not just roleplay, but what's most popular is roleplay. So it's crazy. For Grand Theft Auto, the most popular thing is role playing, but in VR chat, the most popular thing is troll videos. So y'all riddle me this: why can't we make VR chat most popular videos to be role playing? We full body moving around, bro. And you tell me the best thing on VR chat is just people rage baiting folks in desktop mode and asking generic questions and trolling them because of their freaking issues they have. That's what's popping. We gotta do better. So that's one of my goals for my content here. I'm gonna put out some cool, fun stuff. Haven't figured out how to do any of the sword fighting etiquettes yet, because I guess when I tried to get one of my friends to clash swords on here, there was a latency issue and there was a delay of what they actually saw. So we got to figure that out. Or we get assets where the swords touch, they can't go past each other, so a weapon system that actually works. But we're going to be making some things, and I've been watching all of it. I thank you, Zeke. Wait, you've been watching all my stuff, or you've been watching all the troll videos? Let me restate that. Yo, we're down to the last minute and a half, y'all. And that happened so quickly, bro. So we're down to the last minute and a half. And I'm gonna go film a little bit and then hop on. Oh, I appreciate you, Zeke. I appreciate you. Oh, Yaku wants to join. Well, that's interesting. Yaku is catching the end of the stream. It's crazy. Like literally, the last minute of the stream. So let's see here. It has been we are 64% in our goal. What's up, Cinematics? The stream is actually ending. We're down to the last minute. It's the final countdown. Okay, Yaku has arrived. Lock in. I'll let Yaku say hi to y'all before I end the stream. Okay, my famous actor right here. Hold on, there he is. There is Yaku. Yaku, you want to say hi? The stream is actually ending.
Me.
You just lagged like crazy.
Am I not talking?
Okay, now you are. Now you are. But yes, I was just saying, so this is like my famous actor here, Yaku. He's in all the POV videos. We're switching those up actually, so it's not going to be POV anymore. There will still be POV videos, but for this character, the GTA guy's legacy, we're now going to make it look a little bit more official. So that is the end of the stream. Rest well, brother, and don't forget to have fun. Absolutely, that's what I'm planning on doing, is having fun. But this is the end of the stream here. So for those who were watching from TikTok, Kick, Facebook, YouTube, what else am I missing? Hold on. TikTok, Kick, Facebook, YouTube. I'm missing one. What am I? Facebook, TikTok,
Instagram?
Kick. No, I'm not on Instagram. Kick, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube,
You don't do Twitch.
Twitch. There we go. It was Twitch. Bro, how am I forgetting Twitch? Well, what is miss? Welcome to someone's mind that is going. It's okay. I've accepted it. I finally accepted it. But all right, y'all. Y'all have a great day. The full recap is on YouTube. Enjoy. If you somehow watched the whole recap and you weren't here, I appreciate that support. I hope you didn't get bored to death. The deuces for now. Remember, hydrate.